Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2. And in light of all of the breaking news and all the stuff that's going on in the world regarding the Americans pulling out of Afghanistan or the retreat or whatever you want to call it, I thought I would make a video and talk about what this teaches us about the Second Amendment. So I'm not here to talk about whether or not we should be there, whether or not our strategies of the last 20 years are right or wrong or any of that. Okay, so I'm only going to express my opinions when it comes to the Second Amendment and how when people like Joe Biden speak about the Second Amendment, they're completely wrong. So in Afghanistan, whether or not you think we should be there, whether or not you think that we should retreat or whatever, you have to look at what's going on there. We have now completely lost Afghanistan to a bunch of goat herders carrying small arms, AK-47s essentially. That's it. So when Joe Biden says, if you want to wage war as an American citizen against the United States government, you're going to need nuclear weapons. You're going to need F-15s. All those things he was talking about. This just proves it again. We learned our lesson in Vietnam, and it's amazing how all of the images that are coming out of Afghanistan echo what we saw with the evacuation of Saigon when we left Vietnam, is a bunch of people carrying small arms that are not part of an organized military. In many ways, they're just a militia carrying small arms. In fact, not even the best small arms out there have beat the United States military and made them run with their tail behind or between their legs. Okay? So let's just be honest. That's what's happened. It's an embarrassment for the United States. It's an embarrassment for the United States military, because I personally think that the military is more concerned with diversity training and making sure that transgendering pregnant women have flight suits to fly fighter jets than they are actually winning wars. Because I think the point of a military is to kill people and destroy things. That's what the military should do, and we should use it as a last resort, and we should only use it when it comes to the most important interests of the United States and our foreign policy. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the philosophy of why we were in Afghanistan, but America should not have spilt so much blood there. I don't think we should have been there in the first place, but we were there. We had F-15s, F-16s, F-35s, B-2 bombers, B-52 bombers. We had aircraft carriers. We had all that stuff, nuclear submarines, and a bunch of goat herders with AK-47s took the country over in 72 hours. So when Joe Biden says that you can't do it with the Second Amendment, you can't take on the U.S. government with AR-15s, well, if the American people want to take on the U.S. government with AR-15s, I think they could do it faster than 72 hours. You know, these are the same people that go around saying that what happened on January 6th was an insurrection and everyone suffers PTSD and all that kind of stuff, when that was an unarmed thing. People got into the Capitol. I don't support what happened. I don't support the rioting, any of that. That was completely wrong. But they weren't armed at all. There was no guns involved. And yet that, they say, almost toppled our democracy. Well, you can't say you need you can't say you're going to need F-15s and nuclear weapons to defeat the government when a bunch of unarmed people and a guy wearing some stupid animal horns supposedly took over the Capitol. You know, and a bunch of goat herders in Afghanistan beat the most formidable military in the world. So this shows incompetence of leadership in the military. It shows incompetence of leadership at the top of the federal government. But anyway, how does it relate to the Second Amendment? It shows that people that are willing to fight and have a true stake in what they're defending. So one of the reasons that all those goat herders in Afghanistan are so successful is they are defending their homes. They're fighting for their homeland. So imagine what militias and armed citizens of the United States would do when it comes to defending their homes, their counties, and their states. That's why the Second Amendment is so important. So when you have politicians say, you need F-15s and nuclear weapons to defeat us, don't even try, the Second Amendment is irrelevant. Take a look at what happened in Vietnam. Take a look at what happened very recently in Afghanistan. And that is why the Second Amendment is so important and why it is still relevant. So there you go. What are your thoughts? I know this is a very different video for the Texas Gun Vault 2, but I didn't think it would fit well on this main channel. So there you go. What are your thoughts? I'm curious, but that's why I think the Second Amendment is still important, so important, and don't believe people that tell you lies about what you need and that just having AR-15s you can't take over and effectively have a civil war. Well, the Afghanis and the Taliban just proved that is false. So there you go. So let me know if you have any questions. And as always, thanks for watching.